What is going on, guys? Snickel here, and today I have another 100% video for you guys. Today I'm going to be getting the 100% in Twisted Metal Black on the PlayStation 4. Now the last trophy that I do have to get is Beware, which is to unlock Minion. You unlock Minion after you do a full playthrough of every single character throughout the game, which I found to be pretty entertaining because they all have different stories. If you guys do go on to enjoy the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more trophy content like this. Anyway, with all of that being said, let's get right into this video. I was live streaming myself getting this 100%. I do live stream all my 100% platinum trophies and various other things over on Twitch. So if you want to follow me, there's a link for that down in the description below. So what do I have to say about Twisted Metal Black? I absolutely enjoyed the game, which I knew I was going to enjoy it going into it because I did do the Twisted Metal reboot on the PS3 a few years back before the servers went down, fully played through and really enjoyed the game. But this game actually blew me away. So this is my first time playing Twisted Metal Black ever, and the stories that you encounter throughout the game are things that you would just not see in games nowadays. Very creative, but also very kind of insane at the same time. Now, if you are wondering when you're playing through, you are able to activate cheats, which does make this extremely easy, actually very easy. You can unlock a God mode cheat, God mode, let me say that right, God mode cheat, and you can also unlock a one-hit kill cheat, and that makes the game extremely easy to play through. Now, you don't have to use these cheats if you don't want to, but you are going to have to play through the game like 14 times total because you have to play through with every single playable character to unlock Minion. You also are going to have to play through and get those few unlockable characters as well. So if you need help with any of those, I do have a full playlist that will be linked down in the description below. It'll help you get those unlockable characters along with any of the other random trophies throughout the game. Along with, there are some collectibles that you'll have to get throughout the game as well. Black cubes, I think there's 8 of them or something like that. And that'll take you a total of 2 playthroughs to get all 8 of those. But with that being said, you're probably thinking to yourself, 14 playthroughs is a little ridiculous. And it's actually not, because each one of these playthroughs can be done if you're using the God mode and one-hit kill cheat and everything. Each one of these playthroughs can probably be done in around 20 minutes. And each time that I was playing through the game, it's not really the gameplay that was getting me, but it was more of the stories and the backstories of the characters and everything, and the outcomes after you end up beating the competition and everything. Those were the things that really got me kind of hooked on the game and wanted me to keep playing through with every single character. And I'm glad that, you know, you had to do that for Minion, because if you didn't have to play through with every single character, I would have not experienced every single story, which I think would have kind of disappointed me, and I might have had to go back and play through. Now, one thing that I didn't do, I still have the game downloaded, I want to do it because I didn't do it yet, was play through Minion's campaign, because I was told that Minion's campaign is really good. The story behind it is really good, so I want to give that a play because that's something that I didn't do. I kind of got the 100% and put it off to the side because I dove into like half a dozen other games after this, but I do want to go back and do that just to see what the story is about. But it's definitely interesting to hear all about Calypso and all the other characters and how they're kind of all tied together. And there's some really, really funny, I want to say funny, but they're screwed up, but they're kind of interesting, funny stories that you will encounter as you're playing through the game. All in all, though, everything else is really easy. There's a trophy for like doing something in the challenge mode, which again, you can use cheat codes for to, you know, have God mode, so that's pretty easy. And then there's a few random trophies, which we'll see when we go through the list, that again are really easy to get. You'll probably get them while you're just naturally playing through the game. I got them earlier on in my playthrough because I wanted to make, you know, full guides and everything for you guys, so if you were struggling with them, you kind of knew the best way to get it. So here we are finishing up Sweet Tooth's story here, which was, you know, very interesting. I don't know if I would say it was the most interesting story. It was definitely interesting, but there's a lot of other stories that intrigued me, to say the least. And again, maybe Minions will be the most intriguing. People were telling me that Minions was the best story and that I should definitely play through. But I was really sitting here and watching every single one of these stories because I was really appreciating them, and they were phenomenal. Some of the characters, especially the ones that you unlock on the maps, they don't have like prequel and stories in the middle of the game, just because I don't know if there wasn't a budget or something, but there's only, you know, a cutscene after the game. A lot of the characters will have like a prequel story to how they got to where they were. They'll have a mid story when you get about halfway through the game, kind of explaining a flashback of, you know, how things kind of happened again before. It's almost like a before the prequel, and then you'll have a video after, like this one here, showing the outcome of everything. So there we go. We have finished up the last playthrough there, which I enjoyed every single one of them. This should unlock our trophy, Beware. And since it's just a 100%, we won't get a platinum trophy. So anyway, with all of that being said, let's take a look at this list. So here it is, 100%, no platinum or anything, but also no DLC. And as you're looking through the list here, you're going to see that there's a few random trophies for unlocking a few characters, and then basically beating the story mode like one time or something like that, and then unlocking a few maps here and there. Very easy trophy list, very fun game, but it makes you actually do everything in the game, which is phenomenal. Anyway, here's a profile trophy level, 550, 61%. I've got 12,914 total trophies, got 8,736 bronze, 2,887 silver, 1,090 gold, 201 platinums, and like I said, 12,914 total trophies if you're into that numbers kind of stuff. And since there's no platinum trophy or anything, just show some raw gameplay here to end the video out. So if you did pick this game up on the sale, because I know it was on sale recently, and you're thinking about playing it, I would highly advise to play it again. You're going to have to do 15 playthroughs, but it's really not bad. In all honesty, you could get through this game in, you know, one night, really. One night of playing, and I know that's, you know, kind of subjective. We'll get into some numbers and stuff here, but realistically, I think one night of playing, anybody can get it done, and it's very, very interesting and fun. You could get through it way faster if you just didn't pay attention to the story, but the story is the reason to play it. It's the best part of the game is the story, each of these individual stories that you're going to play through. So if I had to give this game some numbers, let's get down into that. So it's going to vary a little bit, because if you're, you know, using cheat codes or not using cheat codes, completely up to you. You can use any cheat codes that you want to, doesn't disable any trophies. So if you want to activate God mode, one-hit kills, anything that you want to activate, any of the PS2 cheats work on this PS4 port. So, you know, use them any way you want to. I do want to note that if you are going to use the cheats, you're going to have to activate it every single time that you load up a new character or you load into a new challenge mode or something. You don't have to activate it every single time you load into a level with a character. Like, let's say you start a career or you start a story mode with Sweet Tooth, right when you load into that first stage, if you enter the cheat code in, then you don't have to enter it for Sweet Tooth for the rest of the playthrough. But if you then go into a new character for your next playthrough, you then have to enter it for that character. So it's kind of tied to the save. And then for any of the challenge modes, obviously, you have to put the cheat code in as well. So if you are going to use cheat codes, let's talk about some numbers there. So if you're using cheat codes, difficulty out of 10 is, I'm going to give this a 2 out of 10. Now, I would give this a 1 out of 10, but the only reason I'm going to give this a 2 out of 10 is there is a black cube that you have to collect, which requires you to blow up, like, I don't even know what it is, some sort of tanker. It's on this level right here, and you have to allow the tanker to roll into this tunnel to then blow the wall out in the tunnel. And it's completely random, because if the AI runs into it or shoots it or anything, it will destroy the tanker that's rolling, and you have to restart the level. So that kind of sucks. So that's the only reason I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10, is because you have to do that. Other than that, it's really easy. You just, you know, put your homing missiles on and, you know, blast away if you're using the cheats. Time it'll take you to get the 100% if you're using the cheat codes is probably something like, I don't know, if you're looking at 20 minutes of playthrough, you can do 3 characters an hour. And if there's 14 characters that you have to play, that's going to give you 4 hours. So I would say probably around 5 hours to get this done on a conservative side, because you can start to really fly through these campaigns and get them done pretty fast. And there's, I think, 8 levels or 8 stages per a career mode, and some of them you can get done in like 1 second. Like this boss battle here with, I believe it's Minion, you could do it in literally 1 second. So very fast there. So yeah, we'll say around 5 hours if you're using cheat codes. Now, if you're not using cheat codes, you're probably looking at more of like a 4 or 5 out of 10 from a difficulty perspective, maybe even a 6. And you're looking at, from a time perspective, you're probably looking at more like a dozen hours or so I would say around there, maybe a little bit more. I'm not sure. I would probably put it around there, but it's definitely going to be significantly more time and significantly more difficult because you do have to do some stuff on the hardest difficulty, and you're going to have to play through every single campaign mode without having infinite ammo. So that's going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. So it's going to make it harder. So if you want to use cheats, go right ahead. I would highly suggest it. It makes the game pretty fun, and really the gameplay is great, but what really matters with this game is definitely the story. The story is the best part. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you guys are having any troubles with any trophies or anything, you can check a playlist down in the description below. It will have all sorts of trophy guides, collectible guides, things like that. If you guys have played this game, let me know down in the comments below. Down in the description below, you're going to find links to all types of stuff, my Twitter, my Twitch, Discord, podcast, other videos like this. So if you want to go check any of that stuff out, I would greatly appreciate it. Again, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to give it a like. If you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing for more trophy content like this. And I hope to see you all around sometime soon.